What's up guys, I'm Jads, and in this video I want to showcase my absolute favorite biome mod, Biomes Islands. This mod adds different types of island biomes to the game, all of them with unique new animals, and they just really spice up the gameplay if you're bored of your standard map types. So if you aren't familiar with the Biomes mods, let me just say that they are awesome. These modders are really dedicated to making great mods and it shows. I'm super excited for the future biomes that they're going to come up with. To use Biomes Islands, you're going to need the Biomes core loaded before Biomes Islands, and you would also highly benefit from adding vanilla fishing expanded and simply more bridges continued so that you can build over deep water. And in this video thumbnail, I also have Greenworld turned on because that is one of my favorite environment mods, though for the rest of this video, I'm not going to be playing with it on so that you can see what the biomes look like in the vanilla game. So in this video, I just want to take a little tour of what this mod adds. First up, there are multiple different island types. There are temperate islands, atolls, desert islands, tropical islands, boreal islands, and tundra islands. The coral atoll is by far my favorite. I think it's absolutely stunning. Now, a couple key challenges to note right at the beginning before we get into this. Resources are limited on islands, obviously, especially stone and steel, and you will not be able to caravan through the ocean. You will still get raided at the same rate as a landbound colony. However, keep in mind that your proximity to other factions does have an impact to this, even on land. So if you are way out at sea, you'll definitely get less contact with other groups. It also means that you can't travel to the mainland until you've researched drop pods or use a short-range transport ship mod. If you want to avoid this particular challenge, you can select an island that is immediately adjacent to the mainland. It's also kind of fun to pick an island that's immediately adjacent to other islands because you can caravan between them to gather more resources as needed. So let's look at the coral atoll again. It's stunning, isn't it? We have only one stone type on atolls, this pink coral, which can be used the same as any other stone chunk. You can build with it to create pretty peach-colored houses. And in the middle, there is this huge lagoon. This is lagoon water, and it can be walked through at a 30% pace. This mod also does make deep water passable for ponds, but at a vastly reduced speed of about 4%. This is so that animals can traverse it. Personally, I think it's realistic since people can swim, although it also presents a unique challenge because you can't rely on deep water to protect you from raiders. This mod has added so many new awesome animals based on which type of island you chose, and some animals exist in multiple biomes just like they do in real life. On the atoll, we have seagulls, sea turtles, parrotfish, hermit crabs, flamingos, eels, marine iguanas, kiwis, this special kind of rat, sea snails, angelfish, and tuna, as well as some other animals that I didn't catch on this particular map. There are even sharks here. There's white sharks and hammerheads, which are both predators and will occasionally hunt your ponds if they're out in the deep water swimming. You can hunt these with ranged weapons. Using a pila would be really cool because it would look like a harpoon. But beware, if they revenged on you, they move very fast through the water, and your pond only moves at 4% their usual speed because they're probably treading water, right? So they're basically done for if they try to hunt a shark and it revenges on them. Now, if you're playing with vanilla fishing turned on, you can create a fishing zone in the ocean or in the lagoon and set what type of fish you want to get out of here. Fishing is different from hunting the actual fish. Your pond may catch maybe salmon times 7. You'll never actually see the salmon before it's caught, and you don't need to butcher it. It's already a raw ingredient that can be cooked with. However, you can choose to hunt the fish that you see on the map in the wildlife tab with ranged weapons. You'll get fish meat out of them and a few new types of textiles from butchering them, such as shark skin, which is a poor insulator but is pretty tough in terms of armor. There is also a new structure you can plant on called a chinampa, which in the real world originated with the Aztec civilization and were used to grow crops on shallow lake beds. They're sometimes called floating gardens, but in reality are not floating. They're just artificial islands built up from the lake bed. Super ingenious and actually very beneficial to the lake ecosystem as well. The ingredients in game are hay, wood, and one stone chunk, which includes coral, and the end result is a patch of soil with 100% fertility that you can lay a grow zone on. It's a really great way to use this lagoon space in the middle. Basically, the Atl Maps are so unique and fun, you can get really creative with the design of your base and your defenses, as long as you're up for facing the challenges presented by having limited stone and steel and minimal outside contact. However, this is not the only island type. There are also archipelagos of any island type, which will gen a map that has multiple smaller islands on it. This would be super challenging. I'd be so curious to see how someone set their colony up on one of these tiles. On this boreal archipelago, we have a few more types of animals as well. The omega dodo, trout, sea otters, sardines, and of course, a selection from all the vanilla boreal creatures. Another cool thing about the boreal islands that's also true with the tundra islands, you may see pods of whales out in the deeper water. On this tundra map, we have whales, which also have great whale sound effects, by the way, as well as some pretty new plants, blue crabs, plus all your usual tundra suspects. On this desert archipelago, we get a few cool Galapagos-ish animals, clutter crabs, red snapper, a Galapagos tortoise. Plus, you can see we have a lot of animal overlap with our coral atoll. There are also tropical islands, which have leatherback turtles, Komodo dragons, green geckos, the mega mantis, which is a predator, a lot of the same sea life as atolls, and then your typical tropical rainforest animals from vanilla. Overall, I think the Biomes Islands mod is really well done. It adds some unique challenges to the game, but these challenges are all completely realistic for island life, such as not having enough mineable resources, being unable to reach the mainland, and so forth. You can tackle these obstacles with mods, such as the quarry mod, or short-range transport ships, or simply pick an island that's connected to other islands or the mainland. This is my favorite method personally, because you can just travel one island over and set up a little mining camp if you need more steel. If you've played with this mod, I would love to hear your thoughts and see your colony, so let me know down in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.